before we talk about the new song, I'm curious as well. Is songwriting a day-to-day thing for you, or are you like some people out there who need to do songwriting camps? So I'm gonna sit down 6 months, lock myself in a room, write a whole album. Which one are you more like?
I'm pretty flexible, but I'm definitely the writing camp gang. Like I prefer having okay, let's have this 2 months like blocked off just to write and be in the studio, and then I can kind of like do other stuff. So but normally, for example, now like I wasn't scheduled to do any music, to write any music. So I don't know, like I'm just like freestyling. Like if I have an idea, or like if my producer friend sends over like like a song, I'll write on it maybe. So it's just but it's, I don't know, especially like trying to write from home, it's not the same. It's not like the same as like you're in the studio, and it's like I've already made that whole songwriting thing into like a work mode. So it's not like the young Yuna where I can just like be in my bedroom and write, and so it's different. But I definitely can do both. But it depends on the situation or the music. So yeah.
Yeah, which is a great segue into talking about this song that you're just about to release, Stay Where You Are. So how did this song come about? Was this something you've been sitting on for a long time, or is it, because the moment I saw the title, I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be an MCO thing.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, how did this song come about?
Well, I've been sitting on this song for a while. You're right. It was something that I wrote when I was in, like the Rouge mode, like when I was writing for Rouge. So I was writing like a lot of other songs as well, and Stay Where You Are was definitely one of them. And I love the song, but it just didn't fit the Rouge world. It didn't fit into the Rouge world.
The aesthetic.
And yeah, the aesthetic. So I had to kind of just like, okay, like let's put this aside. Let's leave this in my phone for a little bit and see, if that's how I normally like work with my songs. I sometimes go back to them and rework them and then release them into like a new thing. So when I was here at home, I have this piano over there that I haven't played since I was like, I don't know, since like 2011, I think. Like this old piano. It's not old. It's like an electronic piano, but it's like in horrible condition. But I decided, MCO, don't have anything to do. Like now I want to like play the piano. It's like, it's always like that. It's like now you want to do the things you've never been doing.
Take it for granted for so long.
Exactly. So I was on the piano the other day and I played that song. That song came to me. It was just like, oh, this is Stay Where You Are. So I played that. I recorded that. I posted it on my Instagram, and it sounded great. Like a lot of people really like that song, and it was, weirdly enough, the title like Stay Where You Are was like very fitting with the current situation. So it's not meant to be like oh, Yuna wrote an MCO song, but it's just like a really beautiful song with a very like deep positive message that I wanted to maybe share. Like I think now is like a great time to share that, so that maybe people will listen to it and then like stay where you are, like stay inspired, stay motivated, and stay positive, stay safe, and stay connected to the people that you love. And that's what the whole song is all about.
Is this sort of like a peek into what's next for Yuna? You know what I mean? Are you going to go and dial it back again? Are you going to take on some more acoustic and rely on your awesome vocals again in your next projects?
Yeah, definitely. I think like that's always been effective way of putting out music for me. You know what I mean? Like it's like a no-brainer. If Yuna puts out like an acoustic album, people are gonna love it. But yeah, I mean, definitely like with Rouge, like I wanted to create like this world, like with with musicians, with talented musicians, talented producers, and like yeah, it sounds more produced, and it sounds like a. I wanted it to be like an maybe like an '80s record that you find like your dad's vinyl, like stashed somewhere, and you find it as like, oh my god, who's this Yuna girl from the '80s? So that was like my whole thing, like for Rouge. But I don't know. I guess like in this next chapter, I'm still the same me. Like I would love to still like make pop music. Like I have this other song called Blase that I really love, and I really want to do something with it like in the future, and it's not exactly like acoustic, but it's a great song, so I don't know, my goal for every project is to put out like fun, just great songs, you know what I mean? So I don't know, but definitely I think like the acoustic stuff is still like, yeah, I need to still make it into like a thing. I don't know, we'll see in the future.
I feel like I just heard something super exclusive, and I don't know if maybe I'm not the first person to hear it, but I'm gonna just think that I am hearing about this on Blase. I can't wait when the song finally comes out. I'll be like, hey, Yuna told me about this, and like way back when I already knew about it. Just one last question about this next chapter that you mentioned. Are you already planning around it, or is it just very much in a blueprint form right now?
No, I'm literally just freestyling right now, dude. I'm just like, I don't know what my plan is for the next like 6 months. I'm just gonna like, yep, maybe this is the move. So I have this like show that I do on like IG, and it's called Quarantine Freestyling, and it's basically like me right now, where I'm just like, all right, well, I'm at home, I'm just gonna freestyle. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna do this, do that, and see what happens. And I think now is like definitely like a great time to for everyone to do that, and explore their creative side and explore things they didn't know about themselves. I also like, I'm into teaching now. Like I'm teaching classes. I have this thing called Tiny Class, and it's like me, my husband Adam, and some of our friends getting together, and we teach classes like to people who want to learn about songwriting, music video production, like anything, so you can sign up. So yeah, I'm doing Tiny Class at the same time. I'm releasing a single, Stay Where You Are. So it's like all these things, but it's still me, so yeah, I don't know, like it's kind of exciting.
Lastly, Yuna, anything to say to people who are, I don't know, they could be lonely at home, bored at home, people who are your fans as well, any messages for people out there?
Wow. Like I said before, like you're alone, but you're not alone. Everyone is going through this, like obviously in their own unique way. And, you have to stay above it. Like you have to keep talking to the people you love, stay connected. And this is a great way. For example, like I can't be there right now with you, but at least like I get to speak to you through this medium, but it's still you and it's still me, right? So we always have to find like ways to, keep being like inspired and motivated to do stuff, and if you're not productive right now, it's totally fine. A lot of people think, oh, I'm not productive, I'm not doing anything. It's okay, just take your time, and when the time comes, when you feel like you want to do something, you want to start something, do it, and it's like this is also like a reset button. I think like, let's say if you're going through, like if you had, a lot of people are like losing jobs right now too, and I feel for them, and it's very unfortunate. So maybe also see that as a reset button, that you can just like, okay, what is it that you've always wanted to do, you're always passionate about, go back to that and then see where you can go with that, so yeah, I think that's it. Stay inspired and reach out to me if you need anything, any help, any like, motivational like words from Yuna. I'm here, I'm always like talking to fans. So yeah.
Fly FM, today's hottest music.